Hello YouTube, Pinchio8 is now back at our JetBlue airport for the month of August 2017. As you can see, we've got a very huge amount of JetBlue planes here at the airport this month. And I do have a special announcement to make at the end of this month. The hint I can give you right now is that it will have something to do for sure with this Herpa 1500 JetBlue Blueberries Livery E190. So, without further ado, let's get to the flights. We'll start here at New York Jets, operating flight 182 from Nashville to Fort Lauderdale. Gemini Jets Barcode A320, operating flight 741 from Boston to San Jose, and flight 742 from San Jose, California, that is, back to Boston. Barcode E190 is operating flight 8197 from Boston to Atlanta, which is normally an A320 flight. Velocity Models Barcode A320, operating flight 1038 from Austin to Boston. Sorry if I shook a little bit on the Gemini barcode A320. Sometimes that happens. I apologize for that once again. Alright, moving on to the Blueberries liveries. Here are Sharklets. This one will be operating flight 135 from JFK to Phoenix. Blueberries E190, operating flight 640 from Cleveland to Boston. Velocity Models Blueberries A320, operating flight 105 from JFK to Chicago, and flight 106 from Chicago back to JFK. A lot of back and forth flights to cover. Gemini Jets Prism A321, operating flight 1468 from Punta Cana, Dominican Republic to JFK, and flight 1401 from JFK to Fort Lauderdale. It's hard for me to read my notes on my iPad and hold this at the same time. Okay, moving on to the Aero Classics one. The Aero Classics Prism A321, operating flight 669 from JFK to San Jose, California, and flight 670 from San Jose, California back to JFK. I didn't know they flew A321s to San Jose, California. Okay, 100th tail is operating flight 1444 from West Palm Beach to Newark, and flight 1443 from Newark back to West Palm Beach. High-rise livery, operating flight 1142 from West Palm Beach to Windsor Locks, Connecticut, and flight 2275 from Windsor Locks to Sandwall, Puerto Rico. I'm almost losing it. Sorry about that. Okay, Tartan 2.0, operating flight 1933 from Orlando to Sandwall, Puerto Rico, and flight 1234 from Sandwall back to Orlando. I Heart New York, operating flight 305 from Newark to Fort Lauderdale, and flight 6 from Fort Lauderdale back to Newark. Vets in Blue is operating flight 759 from JFK to Kingston, Jamaica, and flight 760 from Kingston back to JFK. 10th anniversary, operating flight 772 from Cancun, Mexico to Boston. We got the debut of NYPD Blue's Finest here, operating flight 1590 from Fort Lauderdale to Detroit. Retro is operating flight 1692 from a place called Libera, Costa Rica, back over to JFK. And we got Stripes over here is operating flight 674 from Oranjestad, Aruba to Boston, and flight 923 from Boston to Santiago, Dominican Republic. Oh, I was almost focusing on the wrong plane. Like I did say, this is pretty hard to do with one hand. Okay, moving on to Harlequin, operating as flight 1262 from West Palm Beach to New York LaGuardia. DOTS is operating flight, well, a lot of flights today, including flight 879 from Vegas to Long Beach, flight 1926 from Long Beach to San Jose, California, flight 929 from San Jose back to Long Beach, and flight 216 from Long Beach to Austin, Texas. And moving on, I think this is a window pane. It's kind of hard to capture, but anyway, there's no flights for her. And over here is Bubbles operating flight 328 from Orlando to Newark and flight 527 from Newark back to Orlando. Plaid is operating flight 37 from JFK to Santiago, Dominican Republic, and flight 36 from Santiago back to JFK. Inspiring Humanity is operating flight 758 from Oranjestad, Aruba to JFK. We're almost done as we are moving to FDNY, operating flight 1271 from JFK to Fort Lauderdale, and we end here at Boston Red Sox, which is operating flight 2231 from JFK to Bermuda. So yeah, 605 is the all I want for 605 as of now is Boston Red Sox. So I have the Mosaic 605 on display right here with all the 1 to 200 scale planes. Looking very quickly here at the 1 to 200 scale, you'll notice I did put them back on the stands. And the reason why I decided at first to take them off was because I was having a problem with the original stand that the Barcode E190 was on, so I put it on another stand. And if you're looking at the stand that she's on display on right now, you see, this is the very first stand that Gemini Jets used when they first introduced 1 to 200 scale models. But then years later, they transitioned to this stand that's kind of a Y shape. But then looking here at the blueprint JetBlue E190, look how much smaller the Y-shaped pattern for that stand is. Speaking of which, that's the same stand that the 1 to 200 scale JetBlue high-rise livery is coming in. And the special announcement is that this blueprint livery, anytime this month of August, is coming out officially in 1/400 scale. And for the time being, it will replace this Blueberry's JetBlue E190 and be, well, anywhere at the airport, taking its place right around here. So pretty soon it'll be farewell to this aircraft as it joins displaying the 1500 A321 over here. So that's about it. So once again, I apologize for the shakiness. It's hard to read the notes I have on my iPad while I'm filming with one hand. So I love to give you this view as I show you all the airplanes parked at their proper gates. Once again, give it up for the debut here of the NYPD livery. And I can't wait to get the blueprint E190 in 1/400 scale. I had a feeling it was going to come to 1/400 scale since it came out in 1 to 200 scale. But either way, I truly hope you enjoyed this video. So thank you very, very much for watching with my final views of the airport. Until next time, this is Cameron at Pinch 808, signing and pinching out.